So everybody wanted a tutorial on this bucket hat. So we're gonna go ahead and start the tutorial. This is gonna be a two-parter because I needed it to be, I needed to be able to explain to you guys what to do without speeding it up. So this one here will be this part, and then part two will be the brim. All right, so let's get started on that tutorial. To start the bucket hat, what we're gonna do is I have some chunky yarn here. It's called the Funfetti Cakes, the Caron. And I have a 5.5 hook. So it's just a 5.5 hook. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. So this is done in rounds and we have to do it in a magic circle. I'm gonna do it in a magic circle. You don't have to. You can do a chain 4 and connect if you want, but I'm gonna go ahead and do a magic circle. So this is how I do a magic circle. And so I just go through here, pull and turn, and then pull this through like that. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put 8 single crochets into this magic circle. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just like that. We close it tight. And now we have a nice little magic circle. Now you will need a stitch marker because you need to mark your first stitch. So let me grab a stitch marker. So you're gonna put your stitch marker right in the first stitch, and you're gonna always do that, okay? So every time you start a new round, you're going to move your stitch marker and put it in the first stitch. So we're gonna go ahead and in that first stitch where the stitch marker is, can you see that? We're gonna put 2 single crochets, and we're gonna do 2 single crochets in each stitch all the way around until we get back to this stitch marker. So I'm gonna take it out just for right now. I just wanted to show you guys. So I'm gonna go through here and I'm gonna put a single crochet. Now I'm gonna put my stitch marker right where that one was, right where I made that one. Okay. Close it off. And then you put another single crochet into that same stitch. Okay. And then now you put a single crochet, two single crochets in each stitch all the way around till you get to till you get to the stitch marker. Okay, so I'll meet you back there and then we will go on to the next round. Okay, so we've made it right back to the stitch marker. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and do an increase where that stitch marker is. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a single crochet into that stitch, okay? And then I'm gonna go ahead and mark it again. So I'm gonna put my stitch marker right in that spot again, just like that. Close it off. And then I'm gonna put another single crochet in that same spot. Then I'm gonna go ahead in the next one, I'm just gonna put 1 single crochet. And then in the next one, I'm gonna put 2 single crochets. And we do this all the way around. So it's 2 single crochets, which is an increase, and then 1 single crochet. And we do 2 single crochets, which is an increase, and then we do 1 single crochet. So go ahead and do that all the way around and I'll meet you back at the end. Okay, so now I've made it to the end of that round. I'm gonna go ahead and take my stitch marker out. Okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and it's another increase round, so I'm gonna put 1 single crochet into that stitch. I'm gonna go ahead and put my stitch marker back into that crochet, that single crochet, and close it off. I'm gonna put another single crochet into that same stitch. And now I'm gonna go 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets. So I go 1 in here, 1 in this one, and then 2 in this one. Okay. So we've got 1 in this one, 1 in this one, and then an increase, which is 2 single crochets. Okay. 1 in this one, 1 in this one, and then 2 in this one. So go ahead and do that all the way around and I'll meet you at our stitch marker. So I just did my last increase and now I should have 2 more stitches where I put 1 single crochet and 1 single crochet, and that brings me to the end. So what we do now is we go and we increase again. So we go ahead and take our stitch marker out, put a single crochet right in here, and then put our stitch marker back in, right into this spot here, just like that. Okay. And we put another single crochet into that same stitch. And now what we're going to do is 1, 2, 3, and then 2. So 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and then 2 single crochets. 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets. All right, so go ahead and do that. It's 1, 1, 1, and 2. I'll meet you at the end. All right, so we've made it to the end of that round. I take the stitch marker out, and it's another increase round. So this is round, we are on round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so we're ending round 5, and we're gonna go on to round 6. So round 6 is same thing, increase. We got 2 single crochets. So you put your stitch marker in the first single crochet that you did, okay? And now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2. Okay. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2. Okay. So again, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2, all the way around, and I'll meet you right back here. Okay, so this will end at round 6, and we are going to go ahead and take the stitch marker out, put a single crochet right here, put our stitch marker back in. We are still increasing one more round, so we're going to put our stitch marker back in and put 2 single crochets. So there's already one there. Put another one, and now we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2. Okay. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2. Okay. So it'll depend on how many rounds of increases you do. This is going to be the last round of increases that I do. If you need it a little bit bigger, you can go another round. So we're going to go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2. So I will meet you at the end of this round, and we will go on to the next round. So now that we've ended here, you should be at the end of round 7. And from now until round 15, you will just put a single crochet into every stitch. So you just make sure that you put your stitch marker at the beginning of the round. Okay, so you know where we are. And then you just put a single crochet into each stitch. So this is round 8, and I'll continue to do this until I get to round 15, okay? So go ahead and meet me back at round 15. Again, it's just a single crochet in each stitch, all the way around. So keep doing this until round 15. I'll meet you back at round 15, and we'll start the brim. All right, I'll see you guys then. So this is going to be part 1, and we are going to end on this part. I'm going to post a part 2 at the same time, so you can just go from this part to this part, but I just don't want it to be a very long video, because then I have to make it go fast, and I have to speed it up, and it makes it hard to understand what I'm saying. So the end result is going to look like this bucket hat here. So again, do your 15 rounds all the way to 15. And then I will start part 2 on the brim. All right, hope to see you guys there. So the pattern calls for you to do 15 rounds. Not everybody's head is obviously the same. So you're going to want to stop when it gets to the top of your ear. So right about here is where you're going to want to stop, and then come back to do the brim. Okay, so right here, if it's not 15 rounds, if you've already made it and it's not 15 rounds, that's fine. But this is where my ear starts, so I went just a little bit underneath the ear. So underneath the start of the ear. So right about here. So you can stop at that part and then come watch the brim, which is in part 2. All right.